Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. So much going on around the channel at the moment. We might get mentioned at a conference in San Jose today. I don't know. That's an oddity. Simon has solved this brilliant construction called Where Scrabble Meets Sudoku by Ellen DeMarcy about a fictional Scrabble contest between Stuart and Martin, who I believe represent the peddling pianist, and Marty Sears, who are friends in real life and would play Scrabble, I'm sure. It's a fantastic idea. It's an incredible puzzle with some unbelievable scoring. Do check out that. It's on our Patreon though, so it's a bit of a strange puzzle. I don't think everybody would enjoy trying to solve it, if I'm honest, but Simon did, definitely, and you should have a look at that on Patreon if you can. Of course, tomorrow is the deadline on our contest, so if you're just near finishing it, get it done now. Get an answer in on the new Rikabi puzzle pack by Blobs by 4 p.m. our time tomorrow. What else is going on the channel? We're speaking well, not speaking, we're solving on Friday in Oxford. If you've got a ticket for the Magdalen College puzzles in literature sort of conference, you'll see us. So that's something. That'll be me and Simon meeting for about the second time this year, and hopefully meeting some of you. Anyway, let's have. Oh, there's also the links under the video, of course, include all of that, how to get to Patreon, but also how to get all of our apps, which do feature line Sudoku and domino Sudoku relevant to today's. Now, just if you're looking at this puzzle on the screen, I'm going to quickly warn you now before I do the rules. The line colours don't mean the normal things. Anyway, that has been said. Now, we have of course got other links under the video to SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and our merchandise, like this wonderful mug, and I recommend them highly. But the first link is to the puzzle I'm going to have a go at today. Let's hope with no mistakes today. We'll see how it goes. It's called Balancing in the Rain. It's by the autistic Kantian, who we featured on the channel before. I don't know why the rain, but we are balancing all over the puzzle because here we go with the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Every line in the puzzle is a region sum line. Doesn't matter what colour it is. Pink doesn't mean Renban. Green doesn't mean German whispers. Every line is divided into equal segments by box borders. So this line, those 3 add up to those 3. On the red line, those 2 add up to the sum of those 3, add up to the sum of those 2. On this blue line, that equals that equals that. So 3 identical digits there. Different lines may have different sums, of course. Every line has one and only colour, so one and only one colour. Now that doesn't mean the blue lines all have the same total. You know, there are only so many colours in the palette. The autistic Kantian has just clearly created lines that have to be separate from each other. That's why all the different colours. Now, there are 2 types of circle in the puzzle. There are black dots, digits separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio, and there are grey circles. Digits on a grey circle are odd. So those are the rules. It looks like there's a lot of help in the grid. I'm sure it won't turn out that way. Give it a try on the link under the video. You can check the video length to see how hard I found it, depending on whether I had to unwind some mistakes and go back for a bit. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Okay, so there are some lines where the line has segments both of length 1 and length 3. And where that happens, a length 3 in a box, like the green line, I mean, I can't help it. The green line looks like a German whisper line to me, but it isn't. It is a region sum line. Anyway, the digits that are in the same box as each other must be at least 1, 2, and 3, adding up to 6. The digit outside the box, the digit that's on its own in a box, has to be therefore at least 6, and is 6, 7, 8 or 9. And that applies to both pink lines, the green line and the yellow line. And therefore the single cell parts of those are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, yellow and green are both supplying the total in this box. A total, different totals, probably, possibly, or the same total. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to sort that out. There's a black dot on the yellow line. Now, if this was a 9, that could be a 1, 2, a 2, 3, or a 3, 4. If it's an 8, it could be a 3, 4, or a 1, 2. If it's a 7, it would be a 1, 2. If it's a 6, it could be 1, 2, or 2, 3. It's really no help at all. But there is another black dot on the line. Let's just think about those two black dots in conjunction. Not the black dot obviously links to a cell off the line, but I'm just trying to work out if that was a 1, 2 pair, this black dot, well, it could be a 4 and an 8. 1, 2, 4 would equal 7. I don't think I'm getting very far with this. These 3 cells are obviously all the same because they're individual items on the blue line. Those 2 could be the same color, the same pink digit. They probably are. I don't know. Okay, let's forget that pink shading. What's the effect of all the blue lines? Is my attention being drawn to them by being light blue, the normal region sun color? There is an effect, isn't there? Oh, there's a lovely effect, right? Right, it's a sort, is this a set theory thing? I don't know. I may be being stupid here, but look at these 4 segments of lines. Right, first of all, I'm going to color these 2 segments yellow. So that yellow segment equals that yellow segment. This green segment equals that green segment. Now, this is interesting. We know the secret. I'll share the secret with you in case you don't know it. Every row, column and box in a Sudoku always adds up to the same number. We know the number is 45. That is the total of the digits 1 to 9. Now, that means that this set of digits in column 4 is 45 minus the value of yellow and the value of green. But this set of digits in box 4 is also 45 minus the value of yellow and the value of green. So those 3 add up to those 3. And that feels quite interesting. Now, I think this same relationship is going to apply for every pair of these lines that sort of meet in a box. So yellow there, and let's call this red, means that pink here must be the same as pink here as a total. I just feel that this means something. Let's call that dark blue. Red plus dark blue plus orange equals 45. And down here, red plus orange plus dark blue equals 45. And down here, green plus dark blue plus violet equals 45. And in box 8, green plus dark blue plus violet equals 45. Now, what am I going to do with that information? No, hang on. Is there something going on here that means yellow equals the same as green? My brain thinks there might be, but my mind doesn't understand that. What's happening in this puzzle? Something weird is going on. Orange, yes. Yes. Orange in the central row, or my brain was right and my mind didn't understand it. That's really interesting. Right, in the central row, orange plus light blue plus the green line equals 45. In the central box, orange plus light blue plus the yellow line equals 45. So the yellow and green line add up to the same total. I think that is the balancing in the rain we're meant to be achieving, or some part of it. Now, yellow and green add up to the same. That total is not 6 or 7, not because these digits have to be the same, which they do, but because if you were to put 1, 2, 3 in yellow, on the yellow line in the central box, you couldn't also put it on the green line because those digits would have been used. Same for 1, 2, 4. So you need a pairing of yellow and green lines here that can be represented by different digits. And that is going to happen with either 8 or 9. Now, the central digit is going to be low. It's going to be from 1, 2, or 3 in that case, because the overlap, if these were both 8s, the overlap is of a 1, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 5. If they're both 9s, you can have a 1, 3, 5 and a 1, 2, 6 with an overlap of 1, or 1, 2, 6 and 2, 3, 4 with an overlap of 2, or 2, 3, 4 and 1, 3, 5 with an overlap of 3. So the central cell's 1, 2, or 3. That's not the best thing I can do. What can I do? I know that these cells are both 8s or both 9s. Oh, lovely. Where does this digit go in the central box? Because remember, these are the same digit. So by Sudoku, they can't go here. They also can't go on lines that are 3 digits adding up to themselves. So that this one here must be that 8 or 9. I think I'm going to get rid of all the colour and just try and remember what I've understood about these T shapes, how that is the same as that. Yeah, I am. Let's get rid of all the colour. All my colour, the lines colouring is still there. Now, what I'm now identifying is that those two cells are the same, and that must be there in box 5. Maybe there's not much else. You know, come on, let's think about this. Yellow line and green line add up to the same. What about the black dots on them? Oh, it's very obvious now I think about it, that this black dot can't be an 8-4, or we'd already be up to 12 on the line, or a 6-3. And that would take us up to 9, but we'd still have a digit to count. So it's either 1, 2, or 2, 4. So we don't have a 3 in the middle. And we do have a 2 on that black dot. Now this black dot doesn't have a 2 on it, so it's not 1, 2, or 2, 4. It's either 3, 6, or 4, 8. So this digit is either 3, 4, or 6. Now, what's going on next? If this was 1, 2, 6. Oh, where's 7 in the box? It's not on either of these cells, which can't add up to more than, on either of these lines, which can't add up to more than 9. Oh, it's probably in one of those, but it might be there. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've done some good thinking here, but I haven't really got anything done. I've still got this black dot to consider. That stops this digit being a 5, which, if there is a 5 on the plus, and there would be if these were 8s, it has to be here. There would be a 5 on the plus if 135 was used as a 9 sum. However, there is one alternative where that is not used as a 9 sum, and that is where these two are 1, 2, 6 and 1, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 6 and 2, 3, 4, which would have an overlap of 2. if this was 1, 2, 6, 3, 4, these would be from 5, 7, 9. I don't know. Okay, let's think about this column a bit more. I might be missing something about it. If that was 4, 2, this has to be a 3, and then we're at a 9 total. Oh, how can this add up to 8? There's no 5 available on any of these black dot cells. They would have to be 1, 3, 4. That doesn't work. The only place for 3 is here, and you can't put 1, 4 there because that's not a black dot relationship. One isn't double the other. So this is not 1, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 5, and therefore the yellow cell is a 9. Right, that's good. This is now 8, 7, or 6, and its line needs a 1 on it. 9 is in one of these two cells, and one of these two can't be on a black dot. This definitely adds up to 9. It's either a 1, 2 pair with a 6 or a 2, 4 pair with a 3. So that's not a 4, and now this is definitely a 3, 6 pair. Now, what do we know about this line? If that's 1, 2, 6, I still don't know. This could be 3, 1, 5. Oh. Right. These, okay, here's a new thought. It's to do with the odds in the box. 4, 6, and 8. Right. Oh, where's 8? It's that simple. 8 can't be on any of these lines, and it's not in the circles. That's been available for ages. But then 6 and 4 cannot both be on the lines. Because then... No, it's the opposite. 6 and 4 have to both be on the lines because they can't go here. So 6 is on one of the lines. So one of these is a 1, 2, 6. And the other one has 4 on it and is 4, 2, 3. So they must overlap at a confluence of 2. And the other digits on this big plus shape are 1, 4, 3, and 6. Now, I don't know how they sort out here. This can't be a 1, though, because that would be a 2 on the black dot. So that's now 3, 4, or 6. This one is 3, 6, or 8. This can't be a 6, because that would be too many plus that cell. So 6 is in one of those two cells. One of these two is a 3. 5 and 7 are definitely confined on the circles. And this red line is now adding up to 14. And there, it can't use a 9, so that's a 6, 8 pair. On the black dot, the 6 or 8 is connecting with 3 or 4. This pink line is a 9 line. That's not great news for me. 3, 2, 4, and that would be 6 and 1, and that would be 3. So, no, I was going to say this is a 3, 6 pair. That's not true. This pair adds up to 14. It's either 5, 9, or 6, 8. It's a very clever puzzle. It's got a lot of really interesting aspects. Right, this black dot, or this one, or both of them at the same time. This one can't be a 3, 6 pair because of that digit. So it's from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family now. Right, this is not an 8 because it's the same as that on the 9 line. So this is 1, 2, or 4 in each incarnation of itself. This pair Oh, there's also the fact that these three, this is the T-shaped relationship we had earlier. Those three add up to the same as those three. These three include a 9. These three include 8. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it feels like this. Oh, yeah, look at this little confluence. So let's get rid of the yellow for the 9s. So I can compare pink with blue there. Now, that's interesting because 9 is in both sets. So we can ignore the 9 from those. In one set we have 3 or 6, and in the other set we have 3 or 6. So there's a 3 difference between those. And because pink equals the same as blue, there must be a 3 difference between 5 or 7 there and whatever else remains here. Now, for there to be a 3 difference from 5 or 7 means the digit that's going in here with 9 is either 8, it's not 2 because there's a 2 in the central cell, 8 or 4, even, and doesn't go here. So this has to be a 9 now because that's an odd circle. So this one is the 8 or 4. And, well, there's a sort of relationship between, yeah, I mean, either these two add up to 11 or 10, I think. They're either, I'm not 100% sure about that, but that obviously if this is higher than that, then this is lower than that. Yeah, I think that is right. These either add up to 11 or 10 as a pair. Now, what else has that taught us, if anything? Not quite enough, not quite what I wanted to learn. If 4 was in that, this is not now a 4-8 pair because of that cell would be broken. So now there is a 2 in this. In fact, I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad in the column. None of which I can now fill in, but everything else in the column is from 5, 6, 7, 8. This blue strand, is that an interesting sum? 2? No, not really, because that's so variable. Is this one interesting? It's difficult to make it really good. Okay, let's have a think about the central column. If that's a 4, we're going 4, 9, 3, 6 pair, 2, 1. This would be 5, 8, 7, and that's impossible because only 6 would be left for those 2 cells. So this is not a 4 at the bottom, that's an 8. Now we know this must be lower than the number above. And there we go, that's fulfilled pink equaling blue, and the sum is 20. In both cases, and that was a result of these 2 blue lines being equal both in their row and in their box 8. So this is not an 8 anymore. Up here, 8, 9, 3, 6, 2, we're selecting from 1, 4, 5, 7. 2 has not been used in this box in any of these candidates. It's on this black dot, along with 1 or 4, and that's a 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 quintuple, and this is a 3, and that is a 6, 8 pair. And that is now a 6 on the black dot, and the 3, 6, 8 triple gets sorted out. We can even add it up. That is 17, so these 2 have to add up to 8. And I don't know anything about that sum. Okay, maybe I can add these orange and measure them against dark green here. So in dark green, we've got 4 possible sums, which are 14, 18, 16, and 19. And this has to match them somehow. 14 is impossible. 16 would be 7, 5, 4. that's it then. It's once 14 won't pan out, and it won't here, you can try these together. There's no way to get 3 of them to add up to 14. Then 16 is the maximum of these 3 cells, and it's the minimum of these 3. So that's the sum. So that's, oh look, I'm sorry, that was a 5, that was a 7. It was blatantly clear. I didn't need to go through all the hassle, but anyway, we've done it. We've matched those and those for totals, which we had to. And it's really interesting that the easiest matches to get going in this puzzle are on region sum lines that haven't even been painted in the grid for us, that we've had to work out. I mean, I guess that's the point, but it's brilliant. Right, these add up to 12. So these add up to 12. They don't include a 1. I suppose that's a fallout of these two adding up to 8, and they're not now 1, 7. So they're either 2, 6 or 3, 5. There is a 4 on this line somewhere. That is an 8, which doesn't really sort those out for me. Now I know exactly what these, yes, I'm going to know, oh no, not quite exactly. Anyway, let's look down this column. 6 and 7 are in it, that's a 5. This can't be 3. So the sum on this line is either 8, which would be tiny, or 11. So this line has to equal 8, which would be 1, 3, 4, and is possible, or 11. Which could be 1, 2, 8, or 1, 3, 7. Oh, that's irritatingly not done. Oh, the 1 here solves this cell. That's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 6. Right, sorry, I just need to do some Sudoku and black dot work and we'll be absolutely hunky-dory. My apologies for being slow about that. Now, 8, 3, 5 equals 16. That's the same as the sum of these 3, which now must be 6, 9, 1. 16. And those 3 are the same as those 3, and by Sudoku these have become 5, 7, 8, which adds up to 20, and these already add up to 20. So it seems like my theories are being proven. 5, 7, 8 there takes 5 out of these cells. There are 2, 6 pair. This is now 1, 3, 4. That's the remaining cells in box 6. This now adds up to 8, so I'm taking 4 off the line. This now, look, it's there it's 1 or 2, and here it's 1 or 4, but it's always the same, so it's always 1. And this group of cells is 2, 7, 8. I think we'll find they add up to the same total 17 as these 4, 6, 7. They do. These ones I can fill in. They are 3, 4, 5 now. That digit has to therefore be 3, 4 or 5, but it's not 3. So it's 4 or 5, as is this. And these are either a 1, 2 or a 1, 3 pair to make up the total to 8 on that line. That's going to be an X-wick on 1s, or rather tell us that 1 can't be anywhere here in row 3. We can also see it's not there, so we can fill in the 1 in row 3. 6 can't appear on this red, so it's a 5, 9 pair. That makes this a 4. These certainly weren't the same digits on the dark blue lines. That becomes a 3, that's a 5 in this column, 4, 3, 6, 5, 9. 1 and 8 can't be in these two cells. 1's in one of those 2 8s say these can't be 8s. So there are 2, 7 pair. Now that's a 1, 3 pair, which accords with the 4. This has become an 8 as a result of that. I love the flow of this one. This is really good. Now, let's just keep going where we can. That can't be 4 because of the 4 in the row. That can't be 4 because of the circle in the cell. So that's 4. That's going to give me a 4 in one of these. Let's have a look at another circle here. That can't be 8, which is even. That can't be 8, which sees an 8. So this is 8. That's going to put 8 in one of those cells. Now, these two add up to 8. They're either 2, 6 or 3, 5 in either order, I think. I think the rest of this is sort of Sudoku. Oh, what are these two? In the box they see 2, 7. In the row they see 4, 9, 3, 6, 1. They are 5 and 8, and we know the order of those. That's going to fix everything in row 2. Row 3, I mean, and row 4 now as well as a result. This can't be 2 anymore, so that can't be 6. So these are now a definite 3, 5 pair. In box 1, we've got a 9 and a 6 to place. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. And we've got 5, 7, 9 as a triple up here. That one can't be a 9. Gives us a 5, 7 pair in the column. 2, 3, 4. That can't be a 2, so that is. This can't be a 3 because of the 3, 5 pair we identified. So we are rocking on. That's now an 8, 6 pair. This is a 9, 7 pair. That's nice. That's become a 5 as a result of that. What have we got? 3, 4 to place here. Don't know the order of those yet. Probably do in some way. Oh, here it comes. 4 is looking at that cell. 7 is looking at this one. Yes, these are all going to be done now. Well, no, not all. Those ones are. These pairs are not. Okay, bottom row, 1. We've still got an odd to account for in the corner. That is not allowed to be 6, therefore, because it's odd. And that must be 7. Sees all the other odd digits in the column, actually. That 7 is going to fix quite a lot of stuff in various places. So this is a 3. 6, 4 here. 2, 8 are done there. That fixes 8, 6. Fixes 6, 4. Fixes 4, 7. And 9, 5 complete the puzzle. And we are balanced in the rain. What a gorgeous puzzle that is by the autistic Kantian. Really enjoyed that. Sorry to anybody who had trouble because they thought green had to be German Whispers or pink had to be Renban. It would be an easy mistake to make, I do know that. Anyway, thank you for following along with me. I hope that was fun. It was certainly fun for me. And we'll be back again with more tomorrow. See you then, and bye for now.